pro-choice activists will hate this video. This destroys abortion, and it's a sled.
Yeah,
So
it is.
I'm so okay. Before we start, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's probably gonna lean to religion
Yeah,
because I can't see a scientific way that it would make sense to not have abortion be legal. But we'll see. We'll see.
There are only 4 differences between the preborn, which some say is not human, and the newborn, which they say is human. Let's examine those 4 differences and see if it still makes sense to say that it's okay to kill preborn babies, but it's not okay to kill newborn ones.
Let's see.
The first difference between a preborn and a newborn is their size. Of course, the preborn is typically smaller than a newborn. Some even object by saying, how can you call something the size of a dot a human being? That's a good question. How can something so small?
Well, wait. How big is a dot?
I mean, yeah.
Like, I feel like that's not a very definite size.
Yeah,
Be human? Well, why can't something
maybe
so
it's just
small?
like a zero-dimensional dot.
Yeah, just like a a single point.
Yeah, like the geometric definition.
Yeah.
Be a human being? Are large people more human than small?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, what he's saying is true. Like, I don't like. Do people actually say that? Like, how can something so small be a human? Because like babies are small. Babies
Yeah.
are already smaller than like people, and yeah, people have different sizes as well.
Men are generally larger than women. Does that mean that men deserve more rights than women?
Oh wow, it's all about sexism.
Yeah, apparently.
The same people. Did you know this? The same people who are pro-choice are also sexist, fascist. They're racist. They hate people of race, people who are of an ethnicity. They also have committed murder, mass genocide, torture. They tortured me personally to death. They drowned me as a kid, and then later in life they also killed me.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of information about pro-choice people, just so you know.
I mean, Asian people are generally smaller than white people, so what's this about?
Yeah, it's all about race.
Yeah.
It all comes down to race.
Kevin Hart and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson are 2 different sizes. Is Kevin less valuable just because he's smaller?
Well, he's really drilling in this point.
Yeah, we get it. Like, we get it.
Johnson more valuable just because
You're
he's
right.
bigger?
Yeah, you're right.
If size has nothing to do with the value of a human being, then how can we say the life inside of its mother is of less value simply because it's smaller?
Well, that's not the reason.
Yeah.
Simply put, that's not why.
The second difference
That's like, like he's just saying something unrelated. Like,
Yeah.
like, wow. So you're gonna say that Pluto suddenly, all of a sudden, it's not a planet just because it's colder over there?
Yeah.
Like, what? That's not the reason. No one's saying that that's the reason. If anyone's saying that the reason that you can't, or the reason that you should be able to abort a human like baby is because it's smaller, I mean, just don't listen to that person. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, they started out by saying, some people make the argument that how can something so small be human?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, they're just saying that no one says.
Yeah, I don't think that anyone has said that. If they have, I'm going to be pretty disappointed in humanity. But yeah.
difference between a preborn and a newborn is their level of development. I've heard people ask, how can something that's not fully developed yet be a person? Or how can some...
Okay, but again, this is another thing that's just obviously wrong. Not fully developed? No one's making that argument. People aren't fully developed until they're like 25.
Well, yeah.
No one's making that argument. The argument that I have said before though is that it's so not developed that it's not a person. Like a sperm cell, right? Like you take a sperm cell for example, that's a possible human being in the future. Same for like an egg, but it's so not developed that there's no chance that like on its own it could ever become a person. And yeah, I mean I get like a small an embryo will eventually become a person, but not unless it has requirements. It has to, stay inside the womb for a certain amount of time. It's not ready to survive outside the womb.
Yeah.
Something whose brain is still developing and who's not even self-aware be a human being. Well, imagine if your development or abilities determined your value as a person. A person's brain is still developing well into their 20s. A 6-year-old's reproductive organs aren't fully developed like those of a 16-year-old. Is that 6-year-old less of a person than the teenager just because she can't get pregnant yet? So what makes a baby...
No, but she is a human, unlike a...
Yeah.
Yeah. Protoplasm.
Yeah.
in her mother's womb any different? The little child is as much developed as you'd expect it to be at that stage. If our level of development has nothing to do with our...
Okay, I will give some credit though. It hasn't gone to religion yet, which is already more impressive than most like pro quote life activists.
Yeah.
Our value as a human being, then how can we say the life inside of its mother is of less value simply because it's less developed? The third difference between a preborn and a newborn is their environment or location. Is the unborn really a person if it's not in the world yet? Well, they are in the world. Just
Wow.
Wow. Okay. So my first thought when she said that was I thought she was making the argument that like it can't survive on its own. And maybe she was. But he clearly is taking it as he thought that she was saying that it doesn't exist yet. Which I mean it does, right? Like wow, I can't believe you didn't realize that it actually does exist, the thing that we're talking about.
Is this video a joke? I mean,
I don't know. It might be. It might actually be a comedy thing.
Yeah.
They'll probably say at the end.
Well, we can look at that.
Yeah, we'll do comments after. I'm pretty okay. I don't know. That's actually a good theory. This might be a joke.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. Place your bets. Is this a joke or is it an actual video? I'm gonna say. Oh, dude. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if it was a joke, it would be like being more obvious about it. Although maybe it's more of a subtle thing. I feel like it would have gone to religion by now if it was a joke.
Yeah.
But I also thought they would do that if it was real. I don't know.
I'm actually gonna say it's real.
You're gonna say it's real? Yeah, I think so too. I'm hoping it's a joke, and there's a real possibility that it could be, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Just in a different location.
I mean, if it is a joke, it's funny, so.
Yeah.
Just think about us. Our environment is always changing, but we know our personhood always remains the same. So let me ask, if the value of personhood is determined by one's environment, does that mean our value changes when we move from place to place? Is an astronaut less human than us simply because they're no longer on this planet? If our environment or location has nothing to do...
unrelated.
Yeah, again, I'm pretty sure this is not what the person was saying.
Yeah.
do with our value as human beings, then how can we say that life inside of a womb is less valuable than...
It's like, based on his answers, I can only assume that what he thought they meant was just something completely insane. Like something no one would ever say.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Ours, simply because it's in a different location. The last difference between a preborn and a newborn is the degree of dependency. People often ask, if the unborn is totally dependent on its mother, then how can it be a person? I'm curious, why can't something so dependent be a person? There are many people who depend on others for their survival. For example, there are those with pacemakers.
Yeah, that's not the same though.
Yeah, it's not.
Or who are on life support in hospitals. Others are on dialysis machines or take medicine like insulin in order to survive. Without these life-saving elements, people will die. Those inside a plane are dependent on pilots. Passengers are counting on them to get them to their destination. Similarly, babies in the womb are counting on their mother to get them safely into the world. After all,
Wait, he just said they were already in the world.
Yeah.
That was his entire, like, that was the argument he made right before this.
Safest place in the world should be a mother's womb. A 20-month-old toddler can do many things, like play around and run around, but good hygiene, putting on clothes, and eating healthy are not some of them. So just because a baby still relies on her mother for all of these things, she's not any less human. So what makes a baby in a mother's womb any different? If personhood isn't determined by our degree of dependency, then how can we say that a little boy or girl's life inside of their mother's womb is less valuable than ours, simply because they rely on their mother for survival?
Okay, so here's the thing. So I noticed he keeps showing, like, this sort of woman with, like, a big old belly. People who can get an abortion don't look like this. This woman is far beyond the point of being able to actually have an abortion.
Yeah.
Like, when someone can get an abortion, they, like, you would not even be able to tell that they're pregnant. Because the baby has to be very, very underdeveloped. Like, to the point where it's not even a human. Okay, so we kill just thousands upon thousands of microbacteria every single day. And the difference between an embryo, a human embryo, and microbacteria is very small.
Are you saying microbacteria are, we can just kill them because they're smaller? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that it's weird that people care about because I think the main thing that that determines, like, the difference between, like, just animals and human beings is consciousness and, like, our level of intelligence. Like, we feel bad killing a like a dog or something. Or I guess that's more emotional. If we feel bad killing an octopus, right? There are a lot of people who feel that, or like a dolphin. That's a good example. Dolphins are really, really smart, and people generally, like, they really don't like killing them because they're so smart. And then that's the same for people too. It's not really about intelligence itself as much as just, like, how close the thing that we're talking about is to a human. Because we like to preserve our own species. So a human embryo in relation to, like, an actual fully grown human is it's almost not even, like, you would not even be able to tell if you weren't told.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many times, like, I don't know how I can explain this, but oh my god, this video is, like, only halfway done.
It's only 8 minutes long.
My gosh.
It seems pretty clear that when we look at each of the elements in the acronym SLED, size, level of development, environment, and degree of dependency, none of them define our personhood or our value as human.
Oh yeah, and I just realized this too. He did these all of these individually, but he didn't take into account the fact that these are all going into play all at once.
Yeah.
They're all at their absolute minimum.
Yeah.
Human beings.
In that.
So I'm on the campus here at Cal State Fullerton in Southern California, and I'm going to see if students are willing to be so progressive that they're willing to sign a petition to legalize late-term abortion. How late, you ask? Well, it's so late, the child has already been born. Post-birth abortion. Let's find out.
What?
See if anybody's crazy enough to sign this thing. Hey, Chief, you want to sign a petition to legalize late-term abortion?
Sure.
It's late, it's post-birth. Yeah, well, it's after the child's actually been born. It's within the first 30 days is the idea, is the concept. So the child is fully healthy, fully good, but sometimes it just does a number on the parents, you know what I'm saying? And
No way he's signing
we
it.
want to make sure that they're able to do what they want to do. Would you be interested in signing a petition to legalize late-term abortion in California?
I would, but I'm a permanent resident. I'm not a U.S. citizen.
Okay. Well, thank you. She would, but she's not a U.S. citizen. Are you pro-choice?
Yeah.
If you'd be interested in signing that. It's so late. It's actually post-birth abortion. Sometimes parents have a hard time trying to distinguish. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in? Yeah, so the child is, is fully healthy and viable and stuff. But sometimes it's just too hard on the parents, and the parents need to make that late term. Like, so late term, the child's already been born.
He's really exaggerating the fact that it's late term.
Yeah, he is.
Congress.
Yeah, it's so late term.
I mean, I'm pro-choice, but if it's a baby already.
When does it become a baby?
I know it gets heartbeat at 8 weeks, I believe.
21 days, heart begins to beat. Brain's forming at 35 days.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't know. I just think I don't know.
Is it wrong for all women in all places?
No, of course not.
No, they can make up their own mind.
Definitely cases where I think abortion is okay.
Hey, want to sign a petition to legalize late-term abortion? Don't be late. Pick it up.
Post-birth abortion.
Post-birth, yeah. The child's born. The child is fully healthy.
I think I need to do a little bit more research.
Yeah. What are you guys pro-life, pro-choice? Where do you stand?
We're pro-choice.
Okay, all right. Yeah, late-term abortion in California.
That's so weird, dude. People, I mean, I don't know what to say. People honestly are just so brainwashed to be really extreme in one direction. They're gonna do stuff like this.
Yeah.
And it's sad. Luckily, late-term post-birth abortion is not a thing. But yeah, this guy doesn't seem to. He's ignoring a lot of variables, which I've pointed out.
He is.
And I don't think it's a joke, unfortunately.
To legalize
Late-term abortion. It's not.
That's really hard. This is
Craziness, right?
Yeah.
We are a nation that is quickly losing its moral compass. Common sense is being thrown out the window. We're a nation that believes no child should be left behind, but we've aborted over 61 million of them. We're a nation that weeps for the illegal children that are being separated from their parents at the border, yet we fight for a woman to kill her offspring. As long as we teach children that it's okay to kill children in the womb, we'll never convince them that it's wrong to kill children in a classroom.
What? How? What? What do you mean?
Yeah.
If we can't convince children that it's not okay to kill, like, okay, let me think about an example that's different to sort of put this into perspective. What he's saying, that's like the same mentality of like thinking that like video games cause violence. Like if we can't convince if the children are killing people in this game, how are they supposed to tell the difference between the video game and real life?
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible to tell the difference, unfortunately.
Yeah, he also never explained why it's moral. He just said that people don't know what they're talking about when they're saying that that humans have more value than fetuses, which he never actually. I mean, yeah, just all completely invalid points. So
yeah. So I'm curious about what this guy thinks happens exactly. Like when does a person have value? So if is it like right when the egg is fertilized? Is that the exact moment? So if you take a egg that was fertilized 1 second ago and a fully grown human being, and they were like, okay, well you have to kill one of these. Who would you choose? Would you just flip a coin because they have equal value?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, so what if people don't have value? Like if maybe a unborn, embryo does have the same amount of value as a fully developed human. Why not kill both? He never explains this, does he?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he never explained why. Like, yeah, he skipped quite a few steps. He made a lot of assumptions on morality and just what people should do.
I think he just assumes that all of his audience is Christian, so it's not surprising.
Oh, this guy's gonna point it out. As long as we teach children that it's okay to kill children in the room, we'll never convince them that it's wrong to kill children in the classroom. Wow, such a powerful statement. Well said. Such an eye-opening video. Actually, I don't know if he was being sarcastic or not.
I hope so.
My initial thought was that he was being sarcastic because I also thought that statement was really funny. Okay. 4 replies, and it's just this one.
Jesus is alive. I am a 52-year-old ex-trans woman from Malaysia.
Ex-trans woman? What? Ex-trans woman. How?
I don't know. I think he means he was he became a trans woman, and then he transitioned out of being a trans woman from Malaysia,
Okay.
who is living his wonderful life. Jesus has healed and delivered me. Only Jesus can do that for anyone who chooses to believe that he can. Alleluia.
Wow.
My daughter wanted an abortion with her second pregnancy. She wanted me to pay for it. But, being pro-life, I wasn't going to pay to kill my own grandchild. She was an adult. If she wanted an abortion, she was on her own. I talked
Oh my
to
God.
her about it, and it would be something she would have to live with forever. She decided against abortion, and he will be 13 in 2023.
Oh my God. How old was her daughter when this happened? That she couldn't even pay for it.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That's great. Oh my God, dude. What the hell? Jesus. Praise God. Oh my
Yeah,
God, what the heck? I have never Bro, have you heard of the did you hear about the like abortion clinic that like pro-life people blew up?
No, I did not.
They blew it up. Killed people.
Wow.
Pro-life people.
Oh,
They killed people. That's just so funny to me. Why?
That's pretty funny.
What are your values? I don't understand. You're killing people, including the babies who are there to get aborted. You're killing them anyway. Along with the parents. I don't understand.
I mean, it seems like they're just fighting for the rights of people until they it seems like they're placing more value in fetuses than actual people, because
Yeah.
not only are they killing fully developed people, they're defending a fetus that is about to ruin a woman's life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a big thing too. Like people are like it seems like the pro-life people are just ignoring the fact that the baby's life actually, believe it or not, it affects other human beings. It affects human beings. It having a child is expensive over years. Over like at least 18 years, you have to be paying for this child to go to school and to eat and to do things. And a lot of women, especially the ones who are like if someone has like a really young pregnancy, they're not going to be able to do that. And then the baby who was forced into this world by people fighting for life, that baby now has to exist and live a below average life. They'll probably end up with some problems. Maybe the parent might even be abusive because she didn't want to have the child in the first place. The kid will be traumatized by that, and they'll end up being a bad person themselves, possibly even a dangerous criminal. They might end up killing people, and then the big final blow on this all is most of the pro-life people are also like it's so funny. They're also pro-death sentence. So this baby, the same baby, grew up, was a criminal, killed people, and then now they're gonna kill it.
Yeah.
Obviously, not everyone who's pro-life is also pro-death sentence, but a lot of them, like too many for it to be funny. I mean, too many for it to make sense.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. I don't understand. No one has any consistent worldview. How does that make sense with what you just said? How can you be pro-life and then also pro-death sentence? Those are like opposite words. I don't understand. Oh my God, no one makes sense, bro. People have lost all sense of right, bro. Literally. Oh wait. Oh my God, I keep thinking people are agreeing with me.
It's interesting how he never actually mentioned religion in this video, but that's what everyone's going to in the comments.
I mean, most of the people who clicked on this were like pro-life people who were religious.
Yeah.
So that's not really surprising, but it is a bit weird to look at. Homosexuals left speechless after hearing the gospel.
Oh.
They couldn't even they couldn't come back from it.
Yeah, they were shocked.
Yeah, they turned straight on the spot.
Yeah.
Right after hearing it, they went off to have sex with 2 different women.
That's right. That's what they did.
Do not believe in a word he says. Atheist tries to stop the gospel. Then this happens. Oh man. Maybe that's a video for another time. Anyway,
We live in a day and age where
last chance to say this is a joke.
animals have more rights than humans.
Wait, what? What?
We live in a day and age where animals have more rights than humans.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. Can animals vote?
They cannot.
Can animals buy real estate? I also think that's really weird that he's saying that after just arguing for the life of a fetus.
Yeah.
Like, what? Can he really not see the inconsistency there? I just don't get it. I don't get it.
It's a crime to kill an eagle's egg, a felony to destroy a turtle's egg.
How does that mean they have more rights than humans? We're just trying to preserve the wildlife. What is wrong with that?
Yeah.
This guy is really just willing to die for this. He's like, if I want to kill turtle eggs, I should be allowed to. Why is that illegal? Huh? Can someone tell me? Like, oh my god, why is it so important to you to do that? Why he took that personally, the fact that we made that a law. He's just so offended by that.
Yet if a woman decides to kill her own child,
oh, I see. Okay,
we call her brave, but we say it's health care and a human right.
Yeah, so I don't think it's brave to kill a child. I just think it's something that some people need to do.
Yeah.
Or I say kill a child, kill a fetus. That's not a child. But yeah, so I don't think it's brave. I'm not sure if people really say that or why they would say that, but it's just something it's just in some cases it's the best option. In a lot of cases, it's the best option if they're even considering it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's a wrap. Is there any it's a prank at the end? No, unfortunately not.
Yeah, I suppose not. Although I guess I'll say I will probably make my own video on abortion once I
start your own channel.
Think that I have enough time to work on my own channel.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So, look forward to that.
Yeah, these videos, these Internet Stupid videos are sort of improvised, so there's probably some stuff that I didn't mention or didn't explain very well. But yeah, once I start my own channel, I might make another video on it where I actually think everything through very very well, and then put it in it's sort of like a video essay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think generally since what he's saying doesn't really make any sense, it wasn't that hard to argue against it, but still. Anyway, I think that is a wrap for this crazy video.
Yeah, we wrapped it up inside of a box.
Yeah, we wrapped it up in a real good bow, and we tied it up, and I gave it to you as a birthday present, and then you gave it to me for Christmas.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Anyway, bye.
Yeah, bye.